I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Denise Powell Show. Free to flow, y'all. Let's go. Sing it.
Ready to make a new start. What lies ahead is much better.
Yeah.
Walking away from it all. Breaking the chains, moving forward.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now, the way is clear. I'm not afraid, I know that you are near. Hey, no matter the trial, no matter the struggle, I'm on my way, can't nobody stop me. Hey, lead the way, I will follow, I'm not worried about tomorrow. Take me to the next level. Someone check my rear view mirror, put the pedal to the metal, destiny in sight. Got my mind made up, no turning back, smile on my face, cause I'm coming home.
I'm coming home to you. Let the world know that it's true.
Coming home.
Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. My kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming
home. Step by step, inch by inch, run this race, seek your face. There's no way I will stray. Home is what I'm destined for. Mistakes made, mercy gave, path now paved, your blood paid for all my wrongs and mess ups. Stand by me, never gave up. Take my hand, lead the way, not worry about tomorrow, no today. Even when I strayed, you forgave, saved my soul and rescued me. And because of your love, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Let the world know that it's true.
I am
Let the rain wash away
home.
all the pain of
Back to where
yesterday.
I
know my kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes.
Alright. You know they say the top don't feel good unless you've been on the bottom. They say it rains the worst just before the end of the storm, but I endure to the day I see them clouds gone. I have a list of flaws and a list of wrongs, but I'm just glad there's someone there to see me through it all. I'm tearing in the rain, but can you tell the difference? I know you see my pain, but would you dare to listen? Cause what I have to say, I always fall on dry ground, so I'll be my own audience. I'm alive now, my light ain't died out, it just dimmed a little, so I shine while I'm coming out the ash and brittle, and let my scars tell the stories of my drive back. Yeah, my life can hurt, but it's worse if I die in the black. Cause I got too much blues for me to just cruise. They calling me a loner, but they seeing too. I'm on my way home, feeling like I never left, taking quick sudden breaths. I passed the test.
Going back where I belong now. Said I'm on my way home now. Going back where I belong now. Said I'm on my way home now. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. I'm coming home
to you. Let the world know that it's true. Let the rain wash away all the
What's going on, y'all? It is your man D Told. It is another day's journey, and yes, I am super D duper glad about it. Want to welcome everybody to today's show. It is Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show on everyone's favorite network. You know what it is. It is freedomradio.com. And I've always wanted to open up the show by saying, like Ashlyn says, what's going on, good people? So it is a great day. It's an awesome day. I'm full of smiles and laughs and good cheer and ready to have an incredible show. Now, before we do anything, I'll need you all to do me a favor. And that's simply to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo, Threads, Spill. Do whatever you got to do, but tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nuck Nuck them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right now. It is that time where everyone comes and hangs out in Shop Talks social media land. And if this is your first time, first of all, welcome. If you've never been here before and you're trying to figure out Demetrius toll free, what in the world do you have me taking a look at or listen to? Don't worry about it. I got you. Shop Talk is that beauty shop, that coffee shop, that uh, barber shop, that nail shop, and eat kind of shit, did it? Mm. That donut shop talk, I felt a Krispy Kreme spirit come over me, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. And we've got a full lineup of things to talk about today. But before we do anything, I want to give a couple shout outs. Shout out to Tracy J. Wilson. Who is hanging out with us on YouTube? What is going on? Glad to have young Victor Manyweather, who is the son of Vincent Manyweather. He is hanging out with us today. What is up, Rob Ellis? Glad to have you hanging out with us, and it is all to the good to have you hanging out with us. And listen, you did ask me a question, and I'll answer it. So the intro song was Denise Powell, and it was produced by Doobie Powell. So that was a great song that we opened up today's show with. We try to give you songs that you may not know exist or songs that you may not have heard before because we get so much music here on Freedom Radio. As a matter of fact, if you haven't done so yet, if you have an iPhone or an Android phone, I'm sure you do. If you have not downloaded the Freedom Radio app, you're doing yourself a disservice. All you have to do is go into your app store, type in Freedom Radio, Freedom Freedem, and then radio, and just download the app to your device. We are a radio station. Now, we only do this, what we're doing here, we only do this once a week, but we are a 24-hour radio station, and we play some incredibly great music on that particular radio format. Shout out to my dude BTK. You want this shirt? Uh, you don't what you know about Scarface, young man? Are you old enough to know about that? Anyway, glad to have my young homie BTK hanging out. Now we got to get together sooner than later. All right, y'all. Enough about the intros, but let's get ready to intro our first co-host of the day, hanging out in Hercules. I'm finally getting the city. I'm getting them out of Pittsburgh, hanging out in Hercules of California, my homegirl and yours. Always funny, incredibly talented. She got her hair done for y'all today. She's ready. She's ready to show y'all who she is. Let's bring up, without further ado, my homegirl and yours, Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, is going on?
Good morning. Good. What's going on, good people? Ashlyn Cole here. And yeah, Shop Talk is on. I'm just loving this hair. I finally figured out how to do it. And I think like you will see like TikTok videos of different hairdressers. They bring these ladies in or men, but they bring people in, they sit them in their chair, and you can just see the ladies sit down and they're so sad and they got their hair in a bun and they're like so sad or it's damaged or like whatever. And then the hairdresser, does the like the sheet, right? The whatever, the smock. That's old school. I'm telling my age, calling it a smock. Who says smock anymore? And then shoot, they're transformed. And then all of a sudden you see them just light up, like they're so bright. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was so beautiful. And I think that when you figure out how to use what God has given you, it just all comes together. Like he made us unique, right? We're like a fingerprint, right? We all have one, but no two are alike. And so when you finally figure out, like, oh, well, this is the skin that I'm in, this is the body that I'm in, this is the hair that I'm in, this is the complexion that I'm in, and then you embrace it and you love it, you learn how to work it, that's when it all comes together. So it's getting ready to be my 50th birthday, y'all. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. It's in a couple weeks, and I'm super duper excited to celebrate it. And so I feel more comfortable in my skin right now than I ever have in my life. And so for any people that, anyone that's over 50 or has turned 50, I'm sure that you can relate, because it was kind of the same when you turn like 21, right? That was the first stage. And then you turn 30, and then you turn 40, and it's like, oh my God, 40 is the new 20. And now 50, I was like nervous, but I'm like, oh, this is amazing. If this is what 50 feels like, I'm not mad at 50. I'm not mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it either because I'm already in it. So I can't be mad if I want to be. But welcome, get ready to welcome you to the club. And I see people are chiming in and making reference to the fact that they'll be 50. I see Jermaine and Tremaine, the twins, will be 50 this year as
Yes,
well.
1974. Come on, 74 babies. Let me give a special shout out to Ashley Monet. I see that she's on here. Can I tell you that she is like anything that I do, Ashley Monet shows up. I don't care what I do. If it's in the morning, if it's at night, if it's live, I don't care what it is. Ashley, you are a spectacular young lady, and I just appreciate you so much. And I'm so glad that I get a chance to publicly shout you out. Okay, carry on.
That's awesome. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Shout out to Lady AJ Nears, who's in the building. Shout out to a 1970 baby like myself, Felicia Walker Johnson,
Hey,
who is in the building. Glad to have Ashley Monet, as you mentioned. My homegirl is now in the building, giving you happy birthday shout outs, early birthday shout outs. Alicia Dace, what is going on? And she's in the almost 50 club. I'm not mad at it. It's all to the good. Listen, we're going to keep things going. We've got more than just Ashlyn hanging out in Hercules. If we go up the street, make that right, go up the hill, look to the left in the little cul-de-sac. I know this now because I've been there. I got an invite. I feel special. If we get a chance to go up in that area, we will find our next co-host, who is also in the lovely city of Hercules. My guy, I got a chance to see him last week. He and Ashley, I got a chance to see him face to face. And I showed y'all last week all of the great things that he made and put on my wrist. Listen, he is an incredible guy, not just a great jewelry maker, but he is also an incredible singer and an all-around funny guy. Let's bring him up. Ja'Cory Proto in the building. Ja'Cory, man, what is going
Get out of here. Did we match today?
You ain't right. You all in my closet.
We didn't talk about this, y'all. We did not. I looked at this. I said, I'm feeling leopard and gold today. Look at you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm trying to live healthy, so I'm eating a banana and I don't like it. But come on, I'm ready to be inspired and hired. Come on, let's go. What's next?
Right.
I'm not mad at it. What is next is
I have one in here. See,
I don't
like
have a banana
either, because they make your mouth feel like hairy or something. It tastes weird with a banana. So you put it in a smoothie, put it in a shake, Ja'Cory. Then you can get your potassium in with the banana. You could put some strawberries, and you could put some protein powder, and you could do all that. You put it in a shake, and you just drink the shake, and then you get all your nutrients. Amen.
Interesting. Well, I tell you what, while you're talking about all of those great things, let's bring up someone else that is great out in Charlotte of North Carolina, my homegirl and yours. She always makes me laugh in her own kind of way. I always talk about how excited she is and she comes on. But then I do that on purpose because I know she's going to warm up and she's going to make us all laugh. Let's bring her up, my homegirl and yours. Without further ado, Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. She is in the background. Yolanda, girl, what is going on?
What's up? How y'all doing?
What you got going on? What's up with the phone?
What's going on with the phone?
What's going on with what phone?
The phone that's in front of your face. There's a phone right in front of your face.
The phone?
Oh, it's my phone.
Are you streaming somewhere else, or is there?
Oh, no. I just use it so I don't have to hold it.
Oh, okay. I was over here like, wait,
Oh
We
no,
haven't
no, no.
seen-
He is
we
We
connected
haven't
to
seen
this.
this. We haven't seen this. It's the first time we've seen
She
this.
got new gadgets.
Oh, I just finished
She
the
got new
Zoom call
gadgets.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that a
okay.
leopard
That
hat?
makes more sense.
You
Yeah,
have a leopard too?
yeah. Leopard's my. Well, I haven't told.
But
her.
no,
Leopard's
look, we all chose to wear leopard today.
Isn't that something?
Not me. Not me.
Why? What's wrong?
I'm
You can
normal.
wear
I'm
leopard as a
regular.
guy.
You can wear leopard.
I see Jacory has on leopard. I see it can be done. It's just I don't have any leopard. So
We
anyway,
might have to
well, I
work
tell
on
you
that.
what.
You need a leopard suit. That's what you need. You need a little
Oh,
leopard suit.
no,
That
no,
might
no.
be too far.
Like
now.
a
That's way
tie,
too far.
a tie, a shirt.
I'm joking. Can you imagine Dito in a leopard suit?
You shouldn't
No, I
imagine
can't.
anybody in a whole leopard suit if you.
No,
if you're
not at all. Not
Unless
at
it's
all.
a sweatcedo. If it's a sweatcedo, you can get away with a leopard sweatcedo.
No, you
That's
have to be.
sweetheart.
You still gotta have a certain. Yeah. Mm-mm.
No.
You have to
So,
have a certain
okay.
je ne sais quoi.
So maybe I'm feeling old, but what is
It's a
a
sweatsuit.
sweatcedo?
Oh, sweatcedo is a fancy sweatsuit. So it's like it's like we call it a sweatcedo because it's like a tuxedo. Shout out to Zoe Ellis because she made that up some years ago. She calls it a sweatcedo. Jacory showed up one day. He had one of his satin, his jogger suits that had the little satin line down the side of the pants, and I think it was a leopard one. And she said, "Oh, look at you in your sweatcedo."
I got it. Okay, well, I tell you
So
what.
it's like a fancy sweatsuit.
Apparently,
you could throw on some sweats.
apparently.
Yeah, you could throw on
Okay.
some casual sweats, or you could have a dressy sweatsuit, like a Sassy Jones, type of sweats. That's a sweatcedo.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm learning something new. So thank you for that. And I tell you what we're also going to do today that's a little bit new. Let's put everybody's names on the screen. There we go. Let's put everybody's names on the screen, and so you'll know who is talking. I don't have to keep hitting a button. Yep, I do know your name. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Now, had y'all done your thing, I could have put y'all, oh, I did. Oh, I did. Okay, Jacory got his up. I did do that. So he has just, oh, well, hold on. Just give me a second. I can make that happen.
I'm not hard to find, except for I think I have a dash in mine. Do I have a dash in mine? Dito would know. He would know more
I
than
think it's
I
a
do.
dot. Is it a dot right now that you have?
It is a dot.
Yeah, see, I be knowing stuff.
I know you do.
And so-
That's why I said you probably know better than I do.
Well, I try. And then we'll throw Yolanda's up there as well. So now today we've got not only our names on the screen, but I got everybody's Instagram and social media handles up there. And we will make things happen. All right, y'all. We've got a lot to discuss. And so we're going to jump in as soon as I hear what Ashton has to say.
I want to just take a minute. I know that this is like we don't usually do this, but can we just shout out Kev on stage? Can we just take a second to just shout out Kev on stage? He is a comedian. We sometimes often call him Rev on stage, but he has just recently sold his television show Churchy to BET Plus, and I think that it's so worth acknowledging the hard work. And here's what he said. He said that he pitched this show to a dozen networks and nobody would pick it up. And so he decided, instead of waiting for a network to do the legwork, that he was going to do the legwork himself. And so he and his beautiful wife and his whole family, everybody picked something up and everybody got it done. And Lexi is in there, and just a whole bunch of other amazing comedians and actors and actresses. And I just want to salute Kev on stage, because I just think that when I look at his post, the only reason I thought about it, because I just literally looked at Instagram, and he's in Times Square, and BET purchased a huge billboard in Times Square to advertise Churchy.
It's
awesome. Hilariously funny. It's about a son who's a preacher kid. His father is the pastor of the church, and he appoints his successor, and it's not his son, who's Kev, right? And so it's about his journey as a pastor to really find his way. And so I just want all of us to just support him, love on him. If you don't follow him on social media, I'm not making a commission or getting paid to do this. This is just from the bottom of my heart. When I recognize excellence, I feel like we should acknowledge it. And Kev on stage is absolutely working and living at a level of excellence that should be acknowledged.
Absolutely, an amazing young man, and I've met him a couple times, and every time I've met him, he's been a great guy, funny, always funny, just naturally funny, and so we're definitely grateful to hear that information. I did see the information. I actually saw. I have BET Plus, so I saw either a commercial or I saw something about it pop up on my Apple TV. And thank you, Lord Jesus. And we made things happen that way. But anyway, great shout out, and that's okay that you mentioned that. Let's keep things going. We've got a few things to mention, and let's start out today with today's National Day. We have 4. We are in the month of February. It is Black History Month, and my kids made me laugh like hysterically a couple of days ago because they have a friend that works with them that is half black and half Mexican or something, Filipino or something like that. And they was like, yeah, it's our month, but they was like, but since you're half black, you can either do half the month or every other day. And when they told me that, oh my God, I laughed so hard. They wasn't being, they wasn't trying to be hurtful. They was just making a joke. And when they said that you could only celebrate half the month or every other day of the month, listen, I hee hee ha ha until I couldn't hee hee or ha ha no more. I just thought it was so funny. But anyway, this is Black History Month, and today it is African American Coach Day. So it's National African American Coach Day. So we know that we have a lot of coaches, both football, baseball, as well as basketball. I haven't seen many in hockey or soccer as of yet, but our three major sports, basketball, baseball, and football, we do have a lot of African American coaches, and so we want to take the moment to shout them out and let them know that today is their day. Secondly, today is National, I don't know if any of you like this, but I do. Today is National Frozen Yogurt Day. National Frozen Yogurt Day. Everybody gives me that.
That's a good question. What is your go-to? Because we have so many of them. We just recently closed down. Jacory, I don't know if you saw, but the one in Pinole, they didn't close down the
Mincy or what it was,
and they Menchie's, and they closed down the sushi.
Yogurtland. Mm-hmm.
They closed down a whole bunch of things in there. But what is your go-to for yogurt? Is it Yogurtland or Menchie's or
What's it called?
Yogurtland?
Yogurtland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we have a little frozen yogurt spot in my little mall or my little muh. It's not really a mall; it's a muh. But I stop in there every now and then and throw a couple coins their way. And they throw me some frozen yogurt at me out the door. And I catch it and keep on walking. But that's about all that I do. But that is good to know.
Yeah, it's too cold for frozen yogurt for me in the winter. It's too cold. Yeah. Like with summertime, that's when I do like frozen yogurt in the summertime.
Well, I'm not mad at you. That's good to know. So today is that day. I don't know why. It's in February, but it is National Frozen Yogurt Day. Now, this one I really like. This one is funny. Today is National Valentine's Shopping Reminder Day. This is the day to remind you to get ready to go and do whatever shopping you need to make or do for that significant other that you'll be celebrating with in 8 days. Ashley, why are you looking like that?
She don't have one.
I thought you don't have a Valentine, Ashley.
Will you be my neighbor?
What? What?
Well, I tell you what. What about you, Yolanda? Do we have a Valentine this year? You have a Valentine this year? Where are the crickets? Where
Sometimes you have to be your own.
I don't. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently Felicia is with you as well, Ashlyn, about the. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna leave it alone.
But I will take applications. My favorite color is pink. I wear a size 10 shoe. I prefer silver or rose gold jewelry. I like leopard. Amen. But please, if you don't have a job, don't ask me.
Self-love day. You see what Kenya said? Kenya said self-love day.
Kenya Boyd. I love her.
And by the way, she killed it.
She killed it on Saturday night.
Oh, I
Oh
bet
my
she did.
God.
That girl can sing.
Yeah, Kenya
The whole
Boy
world is sleeping on
is
her.
the young homie, and welcome Kenya to the show. Hey, so not only is it that day, but lastly, now this is where we all I know that we all can do this. Today is National Pay a Compliment Day. So
Oh,
I open
Oh,
up the
fun.
show, Ashlyn.
you did.
Your hair looks absolutely
Oh,
amazing. You look wonderful, and I'm going to even put you on the screen
thank you.
in case that Valentine is out there looking.
Thank
Today is a
you. Won't
yeah.
you be my Valentine?
Okay,
Won't
Mr.
you
Rogers.
be? Could you be? Won't you be my Valentine? But you gotta have a job.
I can't. I can't. So wait a minute. If you find a guy, this is a great. Hold on, let me turn the National Day off because this you just sparked something. So you're
Okay.
saying to me, Ashlyn and Yolanda, that if a guy is interested in you, obviously just meeting him, don't know him, and you just meet this guy, and just from the initial look and the initial conversation, it's like, man, this is a nice guy, and he kind of sparks an interest, and he asks you out on a date, and he picks you up and takes you on a date, pays for everything like he should, and all these type of things. But in conversation, of the getting to know you conversation, you find out that he doesn't have a job that automatically disqualifies him from.
It
Oh,
depends.
Jesus.
It depends because I mean, I just started a job, so sometimes we're in transition. Sometimes we're in transition from one to another. I don't mind the lack of job. What I mind is the lack of ambition. If you have ambition and you have a goal and you have set your sights on where you want to be in 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, then we can have a conversation. But if you playing PlayStation all day, or you spent your last dime on one of these new what's it called? Detail with the Apple
Vision
things?
Pro, Apple
Vision
Vision
Pro.
Pro.
You didn't spend $3,500 on Vision Pro and you live in your mama's basement. Yeah, no, baby, because I don't understand. That's not even something that I care to take the time to understand, because I God has a purpose and a calling on my life. And so if you gonna be with somebody equally yoked, you gotta have a purpose and a calling on your life. Do you know what equally yoked means? People say that and they throw it out, equally yoked, equally yoked. That means when they take two ox and they put them shoulder to shoulder, side by side, they have to measure to make sure that they can put the yoke on them, and that equally they're going to be able to carry the weight to till the soil or carry the thing or whatever it is. If you got a 4-foot ox and a 6-foot ox, they're not equally yoked, because you're going to have crooked lines in your soil all through the thing. You're gonna have crooked trees and crooked plants, because that's what's gonna grow out of your crooked crop. So you have to make sure that you're equally yoked. Now, how do you measure that? Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. Those are 5 examples of how you can measure it, right? Do you have a relationship with God? That's always the first question. Hallelujah. Are you gonna pray? Or do I have to pray and then feel uncomfortable and you got your eyes open looking around to make sure nobody looks? Are you gonna pray over our food if you take me out for a date? Are you gonna pay for the date? Are you gonna suggest? Are you gonna have a conversation about, should I pay? Are we gonna? There's like things I want to know. Like, let me know. Are we equally yoked? But if you living in your mama's basement and you just bought and you have no sights of moving out or aspirations, or you don't pay child support, you don't ever see your kids, or you don't have a good relationship with your mom, or yeah, those are all signs, child. Those are miracle signs and wonders. I'm looking for your miracles. I'm looking for your signs. I'm looking for your wonders. And if I wonder too much, I'm going to wander all the way that way away from you. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, so Vincent Johnson, who was on, and Adrian, who is his wife, they both were talking about gamers. He was talking about, sitting up playing PlayStation all day. Vincent says his son makes $200 per hour to play PlayStation.
Okay, I need his information so I can learn what I need to do, how, when,
right.
when.
But see,
I have a PlayStation.
That's but in order to get there, he didn't just wake up one morning and then all of a sudden $200 was in his account. He had to take some steps to get there. And so that's ambition. He has ambition. So that's what I'm saying. If you're making money and that's your job, that's great. But it's the ambition piece, right? It's the
I feel you.
ambition.
I'm not mad at it. I just wanted to know because I'm telling you,
And that's awesome.
but the fact that I mean, so let me just get this straight, and then we're going to move on to our birthdays. But I just want to make sure I'm on the same page. If he's nice looking, has his teeth.
Ooh, oh, child, honey, child. Oh my God, hallelujah. For
Well,
some
hold
good
on.
teeth.
Let me establish that. So if he's nice looking, has his
Gotta
teeth,
get teeth.
is a nice and treats you nice, but lives at home with his mom in the basement, plays PlayStation, or doesn't have a job or what you call ambition, he gets canceled. However, but if he does have a job, does have ambition, does have his own place, his own job, his own money, but is not attractive, or you're not attracted to him physically, or how the looks and all that. Do we negate that part and then go back that the other five equally yoked parts overlooks the fact that he's really not attractive? And
I mean, Yolanda, I don't know if you want to answer it. To me, it's balance. It's a balance. There has to be a balance. So
so you don't have to look at him, but as long as your bills is paid.
No, it has to be a balance. That's what I'm saying. If I'm not physically attracted to him, then how could I make a relationship work? I'm going to be struggling. In the same way, if he's not attracted to me, I want him to light up when I walk in the room, and I want to light up when he walks in the room. So if that doesn't happen, how are we gonna make a relationship work?
Okay.
Especially at my age. We ain't 20. 20, you can light a spark on a 20-year-old. You can find a way to find them attractive at 20. At 50, it's a little bit different. You gotta love all parts of me, all 50-year-old parts of me. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay. I just want to make it make sense because it is. I don't want to say that you guys are throwing out a double standard. I'm just trying to get a clear understanding of what it is that you want. I mean, so in essence, well, I guess what are you willing to compromise? Because it has to be a compromise in all the things you threw out that you
help
threw
us,
out.
Lord.
There has to be some sort of compromise.
I don't think I'm putting out a double standard, because I would hope that he would expect that out of me as well. So how is it a double standard?
Well,
can I?
So go ahead, because Ashton's about to get frustrated with me.
No,
ahead.
I just think that women are expected to.
I'm getting hot, Jesus.
Okay, so there should be balance, but I often feel like we're asked to compromise on things that y'all do not compromise on at all.
Such as?
I've heard. So most of my friends are guys. This is worldwide information. Okay, first of all, so I have a lot of guy friends. They will say, "Ooh, look at her. She, God, why is her stomach is so big? But you have 12 stomachs." But we're supposed to I'm just hear me out. But we're supposed to, be fit like a stripper. We grown, so we can talk grown. So we're supposed to have stripper bodies and be able to raise 2.5 children and be able to cook like Julia Childs and have the most marvelous clean home be able to fix your car and be able to help you when you're sick, because when men were sick, they turn into children sometimes, but not always. We're supposed to be able to do all these things, right? But it's sometimes, and I'm not saying always, but guys, I don't get it sometimes. So I'm just saying, I think it's fair for both people to have standards and both people to say, what are your things and what are my things? I don't know it all. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm trying to figure it out myself. Everybody has different things. I say you have to have a job because I grew up in a home where my father, till this day, has always taken care of his family. He always worked. Right now, I could say, Dad, I need X, Y, and Z. He may ask me why, but he always took care of his family. So for me, that is a absolute, I almost cuss. That's an absolute non-negotiable. Okay, you cannot come over here and I'm serious. And when I get Ashlyn saying, if you're a gamer, okay, you're a gamer, you make $200 an hour. That's beautiful. What do you plan to do next? Yeah. So are you a gamer and this takes you to the competition, or you just going to be a gamer for like the rest of your days? Because I'm going to London and I will leave you. That's where I am. I'm sorry. I'm not negotiating. I'm not negotiating about Jesus.
Yeah.
I am not deep and mystical. Okay, most people know me. I'm not that. Jacory tell you, I'm not deep and mystical. But a guy tried to get my number recently, and you know when that man told me he believed in the universe.
Oh no.
I don't care how fine you are.
No.
There's no conversation because I'm not having to come to Jesus meeting. I'm not. No. You believe in the universe? You don't believe in the God of the universe. You know what I start asking people? What do you believe in? He believes in it. He was serious. What do you believe in? Do you believe in rocks and crystals and stars? Do you believe in sage? Do you believe in Jesus and Muhammad? Okay, God loves Muhammad, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you go to the mosque and you pray with them because you're trying to get them saved? Or you going to the mosque because you believe in that and Jesus and crystals?
So I want to put a comment on the screen that Felicia Walker Johnson, who is the same age as me, we're both 1970s babies. This is what she said. She says, "I'll date an ugly guy as long as all the other things are balanced, especially the 5 things." I'm assuming the 5 things that Ashlyn mentioned. I like that.
Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially.
Yeah, and I don't do. I actually don't go. I actually do not visit Cookie Monsterville. So you have to be. You have to be nice looking.
I don't know what Cookie Monsterville is.
It's my own little term. It just means, no. You have to be a nice looking guy. You know, I'm serious. I'm just because I don't want to go. I'm just saying. I think we settle a lot of times on both sides, though. I think guys settle a lot of times too. Because it's hard to find those kind of things. So I don't want to make it seem like, like if you're not X, Y, and Z person, I wouldn't date you or something like that. I'm just saying you can have everything. You can be fine and you can be crazy.
Yeah.
And you can be abusive on both sides.
Men and women.
You can have all the money in the world. You can look good. You can and you can be crazy as the day is long. So the truth is, you guys got to do whatever works for you. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. You have to do whatever works for you. But I'm just saying, for me, God is first. God is first. Ambition, follow through. Do you take care of yourself? Do you want to travel the world? Yes, I'm going to go sing because this is a problem I run into a lot. So you going again? Yes. But you just went last week. I know, huh? I'm going again.
You just went 15 minutes ago.
But you just went and sang last week. Yes.
This is what I do.
This is what I do for a living. You working? Yes. I'm not saying.
Well, I will say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get ready to close. I'm trying to put
Let's move on.
as many comments up. I see you asking, but let me put a couple things up, and then I'm gonna Pastor Coleman put something up, and I want to save it to the very end. But I see Adrienne. She says that we have to make sure as women that we require of men, that what we require of men, we are also coming to the table with something. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
Agree.
And I want to put up with Pastor William Coleman put up a little earlier. And he says this. He says, in my opinion, if a brother is not stable past 35 and is still thriving on ambition, he's not in the position to be able to handle being in a relationship. For his own mental and emotional health, he needs stability first, before he's able to invite someone else into his life. Serious relationships will require more than what he's able to offer without stability.
That's good. Get me right, Pastor. That's my pastor. Get me right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with it. And I didn't forget you asked it, but Yolanda said something that really got my attention. In terms of the fact, from the physical standpoint, but yes, I'm fluffy, I'm chunky. Yes, I am. I have been for probably 30 years. I wasn't always this fluffy. I wasn't always this chunky, but you know what I'm saying? I still like a nice looking woman. I mean, no real man wants a woman with a booty do.
What?
I knew y'all was gonna stop me. No real man wants a woman with a booty do.
I'm scared to ask what that means. I'm nervous.
What's a booty do?
Y'all never heard of a booty do?
No.
It's when a woman her stomach sticks out like her booty do.
It's back and the front.
Oh my God.
Or the front is the back.
I cannot believe you just said that. I cannot believe you just said that.
Jesus. I'm not
It's not
saying you
cute.
shouldn't have great. I don't, because I want to use the pullers back because we're supposed to be kind of seeing in it. But I'm not saying you shouldn't. Okay, everybody should. I agree with what he said. The table should be fair, right? The table should be fair. So I shouldn't ask you to go work out if I'm not willing to go to the gym too. The table should be fair. I totally agree with that. But I've just
Absolutely.
heard a lot of guys like, dang, she looks like X, Y, and Z, but you look like you used to be a linebacker. Like,
So,
Right.
so,
And
the,
it
so
has
the
been
equation has to
for
make
30
sense.
years.
yeah.
Yeah. I love what Candace Cowan says. So she says that goes for men too. And I definitely, I know you talked about double standards a minute ago. There's definitely double standards for men and women. Absolutely double standards for men and women. We are
Absolutely.
expected to be aerobicized and fit, and we cannot have a big back. Then we can't have that. We can't have none of that. We need to have our chest up. Everything is tight and in order. Our hair, our nails, our makeup needs to be done. We need to be pedicured and manicured and all of those things. We need to have our finances right. We need to be able to cook and clean and administrate and support and pray and do all these things. And then men can just show up and pay the bills. And I'm like, that's not enough to me. It's great to have stability, but it's not enough. And I think that there is a double standard. And it's like, for somebody like myself, like, I've gone through breast cancer. I can't afford to live a life that's not health conscious. I can't eat everything. I can't not be active. I can't live a lifestyle of that because I've gone through cancer. And am I healed from cancer? 100%. Yes, absolutely. And there was something about the environment in my body that gave cancer a chance to even show up. And so if that's the case, I have to take that thing seriously and I have to make sure that I'm living a lifestyle of health. How can I have a man in my life that I'm going to follow? He's going to follow, I'm going to follow him as he followed Christ. Okay, great. How am I going to do that if all he wants to do is detail, like you talk about going to the donut shop and this and you want to eat all this stuff and you don't want to go to the gym and you don't want to work out and you're like, oh, you can go to the gym if you want to, but I'm gonna stay here and watch TV. No.
So then that means that's a red flag for you to go on to the next candidate for baptism.
Well, it is, and but here's the thing, it's worth a conversation because here's the thing.
But that's the thing I think happens, Ashlyn. We don't have the conversations and we just walk in expectation.
Well, and this is a good segue because we were going to talk about our health, and I think this is a really good segue. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who was a Black man, and we were just talking about health and whatever, and something we were talking about somebody, and I said, well, did they go to the doctor? He said, oh no, we're Black men, we don't go to the doctor. That's and like true. I can't, I don't understand. I can't relate. I don't. And this is where there are differences, right? There are cultural differences and there's things that are different. But to me, I feel like if you don't feel good or something hurts, why aren't you going? Like, I understand we're not talking about people that don't have health care. We're not talking about people that don't have health insurance. We're not talking about people that are marginalized, that don't have access to. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a professional person who has full 100% covered health care, and you're not utilizing it, and you're not going to the doctor. And Ja'Cory, I know, like, I want to give this over to you so that we can really, I don't know how much you want to go into this about what you've been going through this week, but I think that it's so important that we have this conversation because I'm tired of going to funerals to sing for people that I love, Black men, Black women that are not, they haven't turned 60 yet. I'm tired of that. I am tired of it, especially when it's something that's diabetes related or high blood pressure related. That is all controlled by food. It's all controlled by food. And I'm tired of it. It breaks my heart. You know, I like we buried somebody like the minister of music at the church, and he was only a few years older than me. And I'm like, there were health issues that he knew, but it was all about diet and exercise. And I'm like, this is controllable. Do you think that it's an accident that they're not taking care of our food? They're not pushing good food and good health because they know that it's killing us. But at some point, you have to become your own advocate. At some point, you have to say, you know what? My daddy didn't go to the doctor. My mama didn't go to the doctor. I wasn't raised like that. But I'm going to take responsibility for my own health. And I'm going to get educated about what it is that I should or shouldn't eat. Go to the gym, figure out what works. But Ja'Cory, let me.
Well, I guess we just segued into something else, Dito. But I had put in the thread that I wanted to speak on. Don't wait until it's too late. And for the simple fact that a week and a half ago, I had went through having a headache on a Sunday. I led worship with a headache, and I've never been one to have headaches. And I was just like, oh, it's a sinus headache. Let me go to, I'm prescribing grocery store prescriptions for myself. So I took those for like a week. Mind you, I was not able to sleep at all because they was pounding like a balloon. So about the 9th day, I told my mother, I'm like, I'm not able to sleep. Can you, I'm trying to play games on my phone. Never had any real issues. So I was just like, Mom, I need to go to the emergency. I'm taking pills, asking for Excedrin, and I'm not a pill taker. So I knew something serious was going on. And I kept putting it off. I was just like, oh, no, I'm not going to go. But mind you, the pain got so severe. I went on and went, and they basically told me, hey, your pressure is up. Once I got there, they were just like, oh, you should have stroked out. I was at about a 192, 195. And I was it was my news flash for God to say, guess what? It's time for you to start taking better care of yourself. You can't just keep running here and there. And I think the problem for me in my head is we don't talk about it. We don't talk about high blood pressure. We don't talk about diabetes. We just look at people that have it and what they're going through. And I think that's a problem these days, because once I got to the doctor and they started telling me about all the elements and how they work, I'm like, well, where's the headache coming from? The headache is coming because my body is overheated. Why is my body overheated? Because I just go to the grocery store and pick out pretty packages and start eating the stuff. I don't read the ingredients on the back. I mean, there's so much more to life than just going to church and eating the gospel bird. Yep, the gospel bird is going to put you in the grave.
Yes, sir.
So my thing in today's world, I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I can actually eat and be healthy and live longer. Because in those moments when I was in the bed and I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm about to die. So I was trying to keep myself up for a 24-hour day because I did not want to go to sleep. I was in that much pain. So I'm beseeching all of my fellow brethren, it's okay to go to the doctor. Get checked. If they got a pill that's going to help you reduce to live, take the pill. Then I started telling people, oh, they gave me a pill. Oh, well, I heard the pill make you limp and this and that. I'd rather be a limpful man and alive than dead and can't use my piece. And I'm just going to leave that there.
I hear you. I'm with you.
I appreciate you saying that, Ja'Cory. I'm really trying not to cry because I don't want to get emotional, but Ja'Cory is my best friend. And Ja'Cory is somebody that I fuss over and I will fight for. I'm talking about I will go to blows for Ja'Cory. And, we talked about this, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Ja'Cory, but we've sort of been talking about food and, exercise. And he and I are like, kind of each other's accountability partner. We eat something and then we have a conversation about it. We're like, man, we shouldn't have ate that. We should have ate something better, going for our walks or going to the gym and all that stuff. But, we talked about this, and Ja'Cory, he was kind of, he's stubborn. Ja'Cory is stubborn. And so, when we talked about, food that's beneficial for his, his blood type, you all know that I study that and all that. And he just didn't want to hear it. And now it's like, I thank God that all this was a little bump on the head. I just thank God that this was just like God has so much more for you to do, Jacory. And this is a moment, this is like what we call crossroads, right? This is a crossroads. And God has brought you to a place like Jonah. And you can go to the city that he's called you to go to, or you can go and get on a ship and the storm's going to put you in the belly of a whale, and that is going to bring you back again so that you can make that. And here's the thing about the story of Jonah that we don't often remember, that when he finally got back to the place where he had made that bad decision and he went to where God had called him to be, 120,000 people were saved. 120,000 people got saved because he was obedient to God. So, Jacory, there are 120,000 people waiting for you to get in alignment with God's purpose and God calling for you. And if you don't do it, none of us do it. If we are disobedient to what God has called us to do, there's 120,000. Just imagine that 120,000 people that might commit suicide because we're disobedient. 120,000 people might lose their lives. They might get divorced. Their marriage might not work out if we don't start being obedient to what God has called us to be. And we can't do anything if we don't take care of our temple. Isn't that what he said? Take care of your temple. This is just a temporary body. But are we so quick? We just want to get to heaven so bad. We want to get to heaven so bad that we're trying to rush the process and not take care of the temple that God has given us.
I ain't ready to go yet. Ain't nobody planning nothing. No. So my thing is, just be realistic and start having conversations. If you really want to live to see what your destiny is supposed to be, it's some other things you got to do besides just getting the plan. It can't just be a plan for my CD or plan. It's got to be a plan to live better, eat better. And I think at the end of the day, we just need to start having a conversation. What you eating? Because my thing is, I want you guys to be here too. I'm not trying to go to too many more funerals. Not stupid funerals. That's what I call them, dumb funerals.
A funeralist person, by the way. I
was thinking about 3 of them a week.
Yeah.
Can I say something right here? So I think we also I think we should talk about this more. I just shared with someone this morning as I step into trying to be a better Yolanda, and I'm stepping into like life coaching, like receiving. And I said, you can hold me to this weight loss lifestyle because we started and we ended, and y'all know how it goes. We started in January, March come, gyms be empty, and at this point, it's just dumb. I think we have to do a better job. And so, since we're all in gospel music, what we know to be true is most of our heroes die early. Respectfully, from James Moore to Thomas Whitfield to Maddie Moss Clark, and the list goes on and on and on. And it shouldn't be that many going on and on and on. I think we can't keep talking about it. We have to do it. We've lost a lot of people, even in the last 30 days. Some that we all know, some that we don't all know. And we can't not even do a better job. We have to be intentional. And so in that, I think we also should stop shaming people.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something I used to experience a lot. I used to be shamed. Right? So I don't drink sweet tea per se. Like, it's just not my go-to thing. People are like, huh? And so I used to be shamed. I would sit at a restaurant with my friends, and it'd be like, Yolanda not gonna order no sweet tea. She don't want that. Oh, here come Yolanda. Yolanda about to be real difficult. She gonna take everything off that burger. But shouldn't you want me to not eat the whole cup of sugar?
Right.
Shouldn't you want? So I think in all that Jacory's saying, I agree. I think we also have to do a better job of. I almost cussed again. Sorry. Well, I said because these things frustrate me, because I think we have to do a better job of support. And so if indeed somebody has had gastric surgery, we don't even know all the reasons. I'm not saying go far. I'm not saying go extreme, but I'm saying maybe there's a reason why all this weight fell off on them, and maybe it happened faster than they thought it would. Like, we have to do a better job of support. Period. If you want to be a vegan, why am I mad about that? I don't want to be vegan. But if you decided that meat is better out of your system because it does better for your body, why am I making you feel bad for that? Because we shame people for trying to be better.
And Yolanda, truthfully, me going to the doctor, us colored people, The problem we having is the pork and the beef. But the thing is, in our mentality, that's what we eat. So sometimes you got to peel this thing all the way back, because the thing is, there's reasons why we eat that stuff, because we were given the scraps as slaves.
Oh,
but the thing is, that doesn't mean that was the right thing. So the thing is, my thing is, you got to peel that thing back if you want to live, period, on everything. And that is health 100% at the top of the list. Because if you're not alive, you're not going to reach anything. You can't reach anyone. You can't reach a destiny or a destination. So my thing is, at the end of the day, you got to think about, am I going to have 8 of these strawberry sodas, or am I just going to graduate to having maybe one for the week, one at the end of the week, and saying, hey, this is my award for eating clean.
Yep.
I like it. I like it all. This has actually been a great conversation, and we always laugh behind the scenes with what happens on the show, because we always have this great outline, and we're going to stick to this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Never did.
And it never really happens. And you know what? You know what was told to me? When things don't go the way that you think, it just keep smiling, because no one knows that it didn't go according to plan but you. So just always pretend like it meant to happen that way. So I meant for this show to go this way today. This has been absolutely amazing. Before we go, we got just a couple of minutes before we go, and I want to just do a couple things real quick. One, I definitely want to get a chance to mention a couple of the birthdays that we had, because I think some of them are significant. Today is Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend, we all know the great director and actor Robert Townsend. Today is his 67th birthday. Also, today would have been Bob Marley's birthday.
Wow.
It also would have been former President Ronald Reagan's birthday. And last but not least, today also would have been Natalie Cole's birthday. She would have turned 74 today.
My favorite babies.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention those great people. Lastly, in terms of what I want to mention, in terms of things that's going on, many of we know that just a few months away, or normally around this time, we would have already had the Stellar Awards, but the Stellar Awards is coming up in the month of July. And I just want to throw this flyer up real quick, and then I'm going to throw it over to you, Ashlyn, because I see your hand. But I just wanted to show you that coming up in just a few months in the city of Las Vegas, we're going back to Las Vegas for the Stellar Awards in just a few months. And it looks like Mike Jr., Pastor Mike Jr., let me make sure I give him his proper title. I'm not sure if he's hosting, but it sounds like he's going to be a part of that. And it's going to be great to see that young man doing what he does and making that kind of indelible impression on gospel music. Ashlyn, I know we was talking about birthdays, and you had a special one that you want to mention, so go right ahead.
Absolutely. One of our friends down at God One Radio in San Diego, California, it's his birthday today. So shout out to Robert Earl Dean, who we just love. He has interviewed Ja'Cory. He has interviewed myself. He's always like supporting the Bay Area. And so we just want to support him. They do an early morning show every day on God One Radio, early in the morning, if you want to catch that. But Robert Earl Dean, we love you and we appreciate you, and we hope you have, in fact, I think this is 55.
Yeah, he's 55. Yeah, I saw it.
55 today. So shout out to him.
Well,
thank you,
awesome.
Tito, for that.
Absolutely awesome, and thank you for reminding me of that. And we've had a great time, but I'm looking up at the clock, and yes, it is that time already. Now, today, just want to say this couple things real quick. Super Bowl is this coming Sunday. The Super Bowl is this coming Sunday, and the winning team, you already know, the winning team wears red. Well, both teams wears red. So the winning team is going to have red on. So it's all good. We look forward to that. Also, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Grammy, so we'll try to talk about it on the next show. Also, we want you, if you haven't done so, to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to the Freedom Radio YouTube channel. We would love to have you make that happen with us And we're doing all that we can to further the Freedom Radio reach, and we can only do it with your help. So do us a favor and follow us on YouTube. Now, lastly, I hope that we are able to have a conversation very soon on Instagram. Yes, we are looking to do an Instagram Live with these great hosts, with you joining us and make things happen. So look forward to making that happen and doing it very, very quick. As a closing comment, my final thought of the day is simply this. When you expect little, you're seldom disappointed. Yeah, when you expect little, you're seldom disappointed. That's basically what Ashley was saying when she gave us this whole list of things that she wants in a man. I ain't mad at you. If you expect little, you're seldom disappointed. So keep those things together. And if you got a booty do, don't worry about it. Make things happen. Listen, on behalf of Ashlyn, Jacory, and Yolanda, my name is Demetrius Stofree. To the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, you know how we do. You can help us say it. Ow, Ikana, holla, yeah.